What topics can you expect in your IELTS reading test? Let's take a look at the 3 sections of the IELTS reading test, what types of questions you might find, and look at some strategies and tips to help you ace your test. Hello and welcome back. My name is Sophia Bechtel, and in this ABC IELTS preparation video, we're going to look at the IELTS reading test. We'll focus on the question types you'll see in the IELTS academic reading test. There are quite a lot to get through, and we'll also work on the best strategies to improve your band score. Let's start by quickly going over what to expect on test day. The reading test lasts for 60 minutes and includes 3 sections. Each section has a different reading passage, and you'll answer 40 questions. If you take IELTS on computer, remember there is no additional time given, as your answers are saved as you move through the test. Time management is important to avoid running out of time at the end. There is 1 reading per section of the test. Spending 15 minutes on Section 1 is ideal. Sections 2 and 3 present more challenging and complex material, so reserve around 20 to 23 minutes for each. The IELTS academic reading text will be academic in style, but won't be full of technical language, so you won't require any specialist knowledge. The material you may encounter includes extracts from books, journals, newspapers, and professional magazines. The topics usually touch on things like history, science, or other wide-ranging but not overly specialized areas of study. As we know, the topics can vary. The key thing we can focus on is knowing what type of questions we can expect to see. We have quite a variety of question types to understand, 11 in total. So let's break them down and look at some examples. Something that I will repeat, and that is extremely important to remember throughout your IELTS reading test. You must read the question carefully. You may notice that certain question types are presented in various formats or with different rules. Be mindful not to lose marks because you didn't read the question correctly. For instance, you may need to choose 1 answer from 4 options or 2 answers from 5 options. Read those instructions. Multiple choice questions typically present a question or the beginning of a sentence, followed by 4 potential options labeled A, B, C, or D. Your task is to carefully read the question and select the correct option. Occasionally, there might be additional options, requiring you to choose more than 1 correct answer in certain cases. This is why it is vital that you read the instructions very carefully. I know I sound like a broken record, but I just want you to do your best. Now let's chat about the second type of question, identifying information. In this question, you'll encounter a list of statements with the question, do the following statements agree with the text? Your task is to read the text and decide whether each statement is true, false, or not given based on the information provided in the text. Notice how I said in the text. You should make the choice solely based on the information provided in the text. Answers based on general knowledge are an absolute no. Another key point to watch out for with this question type is understanding the distinction between false and not given. It's crucial. If the statement contradicts the information in the text, meaning it's the opposite of what's being said, it is marked as false. When the text lacks the necessary information to answer the question, the statement is marked as not given. With the next type of question, we must pinpoint the writer's views or claims. Similarly to our last question type, you'll be presented with a list of statements and the question asks, do these statements match what the writer thinks or claims? You must read the text and select yes if you think the writer thinks or declares this, no if you think the writer thinks or declares the opposite of this, or not given if the text doesn't clarify the writer's views on the statement. Again, be mindful of the difference between not given and no, and don't let any prior knowledge of a topic influence your answer. Only use the information in the text. Let's move on to matching information. You'll find a list of sentences related to the text. For each sentence, locate the paragraph or text where this information or idea is mentioned. Your task is to match each sentence to the paragraph or text which mentions that information or idea. In the IELTS reading section, paragraphs are lettered for easy reference. So, for example, the first paragraph will be paragraph A. The second paragraph will be paragraph B, and so on. Be aware that multiple sentences might connect to the same paragraph. So yes, I will mention it again. Read the instructions carefully before you start. Next, we have matching headings. In these questions, you'll face a list of paragraph headings. For each paragraph, you have to find the heading which matches it best. But be mindful, there will be more headings than paragraphs, so some headings will not be used. Also, a quick tip is to be aware of subtle differences in meaning between the headings and the content of the paragraphs. Matching features is another question type to familiarize yourself with. You'll find a set of statements or pieces of information alongside a list of items from a specific category, such as various people, countries, or historical periods. You are tasked with pairing each statement with the item that best matches it. The last type of matching questions is matching sentence endings. You will come across a list of sentence beginnings and an even longer list of sentence endings. The aim is to select the correct endings to complete sentences that describe information provided in the text. A good point to note is that the questions follow the same order as the information in the passage, so you won't be jumping all around the text to find the answer. Now moving on to some completion-style questions. This question type focuses on completing a sentence. You'll have a list of sentences summarizing information from the text. What you need to do is to complete the sentence by filling in the space with words and/or a number. Words must be from the text. If you use a synonym, you will lose marks. Pay close attention to the word limit mentioned in the instructions. Yet again, read the question and instructions in detail before you begin. On to our next question type, completing a note, a table, flowchart, or a summary. In this question, you need to fill in the blank space provided with the appropriate word or words. You may be instructed to use no more than 2 words and/or a number, while in other tasks, the word count may vary to 1 or 3 and may or may not include a number. Therefore, you must give the instructions your full attention before starting. Words have to be from the text, so do not use a synonym. This will cost you marks. Almost there. Next up is diagram labeling. The diagram may be a type of machine, part of a building, or other information in the text that can be shown through pictures. Your task is to fill in the labels. Typically, a list of options goes alongside it from which you must select the correct one to complete the labels. In most instances, this list of options is located right next to the diagram to make things easier for you. And yes, I know you know by now. Definitely read the instructions before you begin. And last but not least, we have short answer questions. You'll be provided with a list of questions, and you have to locate the precise details in the text. The specific word count you need to write is outlined in the instructions. Surprise, surprise. Read the instructions. Great. So now we know what to expect with all 11 question types in our reading test. Be sure to practice as much as possible and cover all the varieties of question types that may appear. If you want to continue improving your IELTS skills, stay tuned. We'll be launching our Ultimate IELTS course very soon. In the meantime, you can follow our free IELTS lessons right here on the ABC IELTS YouTube channel. Now, shall we make your test day a little easier with some top tips and amazing strategies to put in place? Let's do it. The first thing to make a mental note of is that as the texts are academic in nature, there may be some technical vocabulary. Don't stress though. Technical terms tend to be marked with an asterisk, making it easier for you to identify. There will be a small glossary that will clear up any confusion. Also, try to avoid losing marks by making mistakes with spelling and grammar. Make sure to review what you have written if you have some time at the end. Learning to skim and scan effectively can save you a lot of time in the IELTS reading test. Skim through the text to grasp main ideas quickly and scan for specific details when answering questions. Time management is also super important as there is a lot to get through in 60 minutes. A good guideline is to spend around 15 minutes on the first section and around 20 to 23 minutes on sections 2 and 3. Highlighting keywords in the question and text can make all the difference and help ensure you don't miss important information. Paraphrasing is another skill to work on. IELTS. Reading questions often present information in paraphrased forms, so recognizing synonyms and alternative expressions is crucial. Now we are a step closer to nailing our reading test. Practice with a range of reading materials, build your vocabulary, and revisit this video if you need a refresher. If you'd like more videos to prepare for your IELTS test, take a look at the recommended videos. If you found this video helpful, please like the video, subscribe to ABC IELTS, and share it with anyone who's preparing for the IELTS exam. Thanks for watching, and bye for now.